प्रभुपाद की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम्बुदीरहे। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 16, shloka 65 to 67. दिव्याम्बरा श्रान् मणिभिः पराध्यैर् अपि भूषणैः दिव्या गन्धानुलेपैश्च महत्योत्पलमालया पूजयित्वा जगन्नाथं प्रसाद्य गरुडध्वजं ततः प्रीतो अभयानुज्ञतः परिक्रम्याभिवन्द्यात्वं सकलत्र सुहृत्पुत्रो द्वीपम् अब्धेर्जगामः तदैव सामृतजला यमुना निर्विषाभवत् अनुग्रहात् भगवतः क्रीडा मानुषरूपिणः दिव्याम्बरश्रान्मणिभिः पराध्यैरपि भूषणैः दिव्यगन्धानुलेपैश्च महत्योत्पलमालया पूजयित्वा जगन्नाथं प्रसाद्य गरुडध्वजं ततः प्रीतो भयानुज्ञतः परिक्रम्याभिवन्द्यतं सकलत्र सुहृत्पुत्रो द्वीपमादेर्जगामः तदेव सामृता जला यमुना निर्विषाभवत् अनुग्रहात् भगवतः क्रीडा मानुषारूपिणः। दिव्यगन्धानुलेपैश्च महत्योत्पलमालया पूजयित्वा जगन्नाथं प्रसाद्य गरुडध्वजं ततः प्रीतो भयानुज्ञतः परिक्रम्याभिवन्द्यः सकलत्र सुहृत्पुत्रो द्वीपम् अब्धे जगामः तदैव सामृताचला यमुना निर्विसा भवत् अनुग्रहात् भगवतः क्रीडामानुषरूपी दिव्या divine ambara with clothing srak garlands manibihi and jewels paradhyehi most valuable api also bhushanaihi ornaments divya divine gandha with scents anulepaihi and ointments cha as well mahatya fine utpala of lotuses malaya with a garland pujayitva worshipping jagannatham the lord of the universe prasadhya satisfying garudadvajam him whose flag is marked with the emblem of garuda tataha then pritaha feeling happy abhayanugnataha giving permission to leave parikramya circumambulating abhivandya offering obeisances tam to him sa along with kalatra his wives suhru friends putraha and children dvipam to the island abdeha in the sea jagama he went ha indeed tadaeva at that very moment samruta nectarian jala or water yamuna the river yamuna nirvisha free from poison abhavat she became anugrahat by the mercy bhagavataha of the supreme personality of godhead krida for pleasure pastimes manusha human like rupinaha manifesting a form translation by his divine grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation Kaliya worshipped the Lord of the universe by offering him fine garments along with necklaces, jewels and other valuable ornaments, wonderful signs and ointments, and a large garland of lotus flowers. Having thus pleased the Lord, whose flag is marked with the emblem of Garuda, Kaliya felt satisfied, receiving the Lord's permission to leave. Kaliya circumambulated him and offered him obeisances. Then, taking his wives, friends, and children, he went to his island in the sea. The very moment Kaliya left the Yamuna was immediately restored to her original condition, free from poison and full of nectarine water. This happened by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was manifesting a human-like form to enjoy his pastimes. Please repeat the translation. Kaliya worshipped the Lord of the universe by offering him fine garments along with necklaces, jewels, and other valuable ornaments, wonderful scents and ointments, and a large garland of lotus flowers. Having thus pleased the Lord, whose flag is marked with the emblem of Garuda, Kaliya felt satisfied. Receiving the Lord's permission to leave, Kaliya circumambulated him and offered him obeisances. Then taking his wives, friends and children, he went to his island in the sea. The very moment Kaliya left the Yamuna was immediately restored to her original condition, free from poison and full of nectarine water. This happened by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was manifesting a human-like form to enjoy his pastimes. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura has commented extensively on this verse to explain the word Manibihi, Kaliya worshipped the Lord. With jewels, the Acharya has quoted from the Sri Radha Krishna Gandhodesha Deepika by Rupa Goswami as follows. कौस्तुभाख्यो मनिर्येन प्रविश्य हृदमनु औरगं कालिया प्रेयसी वृंदा हस्तैरात्मोपहरितः. The Lord had made his Kaustubha gem enter the serpent's lake, and then he arranged for it to be presented to himself by the hands of Kaliya's wives. In other words, because Lord Krishna wanted to act just like an ordinary human being, he made the transcendental Kaustubha gem invisible and caused to enter with Kaliya's treasury. When the appropriate moment came for Kaliya to worship the Lord with many different jewels and ornaments, the serpent wives, unaware of the Lord's transcendental trick, presented him with a Kaustubha gem, thinking it was simply one of the jewels in their possession. The Acharya has further commented that the reason Lord Krishna is described in this verse as Garudadvaja, he whose flag is marked by the symbol of his carrier, Garuda, is that Kaliya also desired to become Lord Krishna's carrier. Garuda and the serpents are originally related as brothers, and therefore Kaliya wanted to indicate to Lord Krishna, if you have ever to go to a distant place, you should also think of me as your personal carrier. I am the servant of your servant, and the wink of an eye, I can travel hundreds of millions of yojanas. Thus the Puranas narrate that in the course of Lord Krishna's eternal cycle of pastimes, when Kamsa orders the Lord to come to Mathura, he sometimes goes there mounted upon Kaliya. Thus end the purports of the humble servant of His Divineness A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada to the 10th canto, 16th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Krishna chastises the serpent Kaliya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pareshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadanki Sapadankitam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagarjatam Sahaganagradam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakan Shri Vishakanvitam Cha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupa Sindhubha Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama This is the last sloka from 16th chapter. So here Kaliya is worshipping the Lord in this verse. Kaliya worshipped the Lord of the universe by offering him fine garments along with necklaces, jewels and other valuable ornaments. So today I would like to touch upon this point about the worshipping. In Bhagavad Gita, in the 9th chapter, there is a verse, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishasi yuktaivam atmana matparayanaha. Engage your mind always thinking of me, become my devotee, offer obeisance to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. And also in 17th chapter, 14th verse, Deva Dvija Guru Pragna Pujanam Sauchamarjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsa Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. Austerity of the body consists in worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the spiritual master and superiors like the father and mother. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, one should offer or lend to offer respect to God or to the demigods, the perfect qualified Brahmanas and the spiritual master and superiors like father, mother, or any person who is conversant with Vedic knowledge. So this is very important. We are all in the sadhana bhakti stage. So it's very important for us to cultivate these practices, proper culture, proper attitude towards the Supreme Lord, towards the spiritual master, and towards the Vaishnavas. In Bhagavatam, if you see, there is a pastime between Indra and Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the spiritual master for all the Devatas. And Shukracharya is a spiritual master for all the Daityas. So one day, Indra was sitting in his abode, surrounded by Yakshas, Gandharvas, Apsaras. Everybody was glorifying him, and Indra was receiving respects from everybody. At that time, it so happened, his spiritual master, Brihaspati, entered the place. And it is a duty of the disciple, as soon as he sees the spiritual master, he should pay obeisances to him, should receive him nicely, offer argya, achmaniya, if possible arati, proper clothing, and some chandan pulp, and offer him some garland, and glorify him. So this is a duty of the disciple. Indra, he was intoxicated by the opulence, by the followers, so he neglected his spiritual master, Brihaspati. And Brihaspati, he felt offended. He was silent. He could not speak anything. He left the arena in a disappointing mood. And Brihaspati also realized, my disciple Indra, he became intoxicated by power and followers. So he has to teach a lesson to him. He has to correct him. After some time, Indra also realized that he committed offense to his spiritual master. Generally, if you see, when we, in our day-to-day interactions, we may commit aparadha to our Vaishnavas, maybe through mind, through words, or in action sometimes. The moment we commit any aparadha, immediately Paramatma reminds us. You become conscious that, you feel that you offended a devotee. And it reflects in your consciousness. When you go in front of the deities, when you chant the holy name, or when you are reading Bhagavatam, you realize that you offended that Vaishnava. And your consciousness won't be proper unless you go to that particular Vaishnava, ask for forgiveness. So the moment when you commit an aparadha, when you realize it, immediately you go to that particular Vaishnava, beg for forgiveness. If you don't do that, your devotional advancement in devotional service will be obstructed. You cannot advance. So Indra also realized that he had committed an aparadha to Brihaspati. Then he was offering prayers to his spiritual master, and finally approached Brahma. Meanwhile, the Daityas are keeping an eye on Indra. And the Daityas came to know that Indra had offended his spiritual master. They decided this is the right time to attack Indra. So the Daityas comes and attacks Indra. Indra lost his kingdom. In fear of his saving his life, he flew to different places. So this is the importance of like how we have to deal with the spiritual master and the Supreme Lord and the Vaishnavas. So we have to learn. If you see, when Krishna was here in Dwapara Yuga 5000 years before, he personally shown how to respect the Brahmanas. And we know that Krishna married 16,108 wives, and he built 16,108 palaces. Narada Muni heard about the glories of the Supreme Lord, and Narad Muni wanted to see personally how Krishna is living his life in Dwaraka. So one day Narad Muni entered the Dwaraka and he was visiting all the palaces. He went inside the palace of Rukmini Devi. That time Krishna was sitting on his bedstead of Rukmini Devi and Rukmini Devi was fanning him. The moment Krishna saw Narad Muni entering his home, immediately he stood up from his seat. He goes to Narad Muni. He paid obeisance to Narad Muni. He touched the feet of Narad Muni. Who is Krishna? Krishna is Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Krishna is going and touching the feet of Narad Muni. So his teaching is setting an example for us how to respect superiors. And there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita, Yadyat acharati shreshtaha tatat evetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastat anuvartate. Whatever a great man sets the example, the common man follows him. So Krishna here is teaching for us how to respect the superiors. And then Krishna touched the feet of Narada Muni. He made him sit on his seat and then he worshipped him. And there is a similar instance, Krishna's friend Sudama. Sudama, he was a poor Brahmana and he got married. He was not having enough money to maintain his family. His wife is telling him, you go and meet Krishna. Krishna is your friend. Go and meet him, take some help. In the beginning, Sudama denied. However, his wife is continuously pressurizing him, keeping asking. Then he said, okay, let me go and meet Krishna. Since long time I met him. So Sudama, he goes to Dwaraka. In Dwaraka, if you see, in that palaces, generally outsiders are not allowed. But during those days, all the Brahmanas could enter the palace anytime. So Krishna has given that much respect to the Brahmanas. Sudama he entered that palaces of Krishna and he goes and meets him. That time Krishna was sitting on his bedstead of Rukmini. Rukmini was fanning him. The moment Krishna saw Sudama, immediately stood up from his chair and seat and he went and hugged Sudama. Why? Because Sudama was his friend. Both were friends, Gurukul friends. So that's why Krishna went and hugged him. After that, Krishna touched his feet because he's a Brahmana. And he made him sit on his bedstead of Rukmini. And then he offered incense, he offered a lamp, then arghya, then scented water, and then cloth, then flowers, garland. And then Rukmini was fanning him. And then he offered scent, gandha. Then he spoke with Sudama. This is also, when a guest comes, we have to receive him nicely and we have to talk in a pleasing way. How are you? How is everything going on? So pleasing mood we have to talk. So Krishna spoke very pleasingly with Sudama and then he made him comfortable there. So if you see the pastime, if you see how Indra received his spiritual master and Krishna received the Brahmanas, you can see the difference. So if somebody, and it's also said when somebody offends a Vaishnava or the spiritual master, what happens? His duration of life will be decreased. He will lose his wealth. He loses his name and fame. So that is the Vedic injunction. So we have to be very careful about this. And if you see in the Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami says, the advancement of a disciple in spiritual life depends upon the attitude of the disciple. So attitude, maintaining culturing proper attitude is very, very important. We should have a proper attitude towards the deities and proper attitude towards the holy name, proper attitude towards the Vaishnavas, and proper attitude towards the Bhagavatam when we read Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. We will see in the Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami, he has mentioned the sadhana bhakti principles. We all know that we are in sadhana bhakti. In sadhana bhakti, there are two stages. What are they? Okay, Vaidhi bhakti and Raganuga bhakti. So generally, everyone starts devotional services with sadhana bhakti. In sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi bhakti. Vaidhi bhakti means following rules and regulations. I remember my initial days to ISKCON, the Prabhuji comes and used to get me up early in the morning, like around 3:30, because 4:30 is a Mangalarti. They come and wake me up around 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I was finding very, very difficult, very difficult. I could say that's, so much pain that I never had in my life, getting up 3:30 like that. So initially for 3 months, 4 months, I was finding very, very difficult. After 6 months, 1 year, slowly, my mind and body got used to that. Then arams I got up 4 o'clock, then 3:30, 3 o'clock, no problem. So in the beginning, I was not having interest in coming to temple and having the darshan of the Lord, because I followed the instruction, like the principle of Vaidhi Bhakti. So gradually what happened? Spontaneously I am getting up. So similarly, there are many rules and regulations, during our Vaidhi Bhakti stage. So even though you may not have taste for it, because the Acharyas has given the instructions, you simply follow those instructions. You may not like it. So one disciple comes to Srila Prabhupada and says, Srila Prabhupada, I don't feel like paying obeisance to you. I feel like, like artificially I'm doing. Prabhupada says, don't worry, you do it. One day you'll realize that. So that is our process. So we have to simply follow the principles of Vaidhi Bhakti. And in Vaidhi Bhakti, like early morning, or first we have to, Mangalarti is very, very important. And Srila Prabhupada says, daily if you attend Mangalarti and chant 16 rounds, Maya cannot touch you. So many devotees, we have the fear that we have left everything and come to Krishna consciousness and practicing Krishna consciousness. Sometimes we may see the devotee leaving the moment, and sometimes devotees go into Maya very badly. So we may get scared by seeing these devotees. So no need to scare. You have the faith in Srila Prabhupada's instructions, attend Mangalarti every day and chant 16 rounds. So here sometimes devotees will, they wanted to do good service to Srila Prabhupada's mission, and they want to do nice services. So sometimes they'll stretch. They do services till 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. So once in a while if they do, that's okay. Regularly if it's happening, you were working till 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, morning you are unable to get up for a Mangalarti. Even though you get up for a Mangalarti, you come, you don't, you feel very tired, you cannot chant properly. So this kind of, regulated way we have to do. Why? During the sadhana bhakti time. Have a time for sleep, have a good sleep. Even in fact, sleeping is also Krishna consciousness. Giving enough rest to your body. Why? When you give enough rest to your body, your mind and body will be fresh. When you get for the Mangalarti, you can focus nicely on the sadhana, like on the prayers, on the chant, on the arati, and then chanting the holy names, like even Bhagavatam class, like that. So this is very important. So at least during this stage, especially during the sadhana stage, you have to be very regulated. Yuktahara viharasya, yukta chetasya karmashu, yukta sapna bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkada. So Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, one who regulates in eating, sleeping, work and recreation can mitigate all mental and bodily pains. So sometimes devotees fall sick. So why it happens is not regulating eating, sleeping, work. There is imbalance. So we have to be very cautious. Take prasadam in a time, have proper rest, do service in a regulated way. These things are important. And also morning we attend full sadhana. Evening also you come back from preaching. Spend some time, if possible, attend Sandhya Arti or Shaina Arti, and engage your consciousness in or absorb your mind in reading Bhagavatam. So it's like a sandwich program. If you do like this, then gradually from Vaidhi Bhakti we will come to Raganuga Bhakti. Spontaneous devotion. Spontaneously you perform the devotion and you like the activities. You will develop taste. So as long as you do not develop taste in devotional service, there is always a chance that you may leave devotional service. Why? Because we want, as spirit souls, we need ananda, pleasure. If you don't take pleasure in chanting the holy names, if you don't take pleasure in having the darshana of the deities, if you do not have the pleasure in reading Bhagavatam, it is certain that your mind will go for sense gratification. So sense gratification is the biggest obstacle on the path of our devotional life. These are the greatest enemy. In the second chapter, Lord Krishna says, senses and sense objects are the stumbling blocks on the path of devotional service. So you have to be extremely careful while during the Vaidhi Bhakti stage. So after crossing the Sadhana Bhakti, then gradually we'll come to Bhava Bhakti, then we'll come to Prema Bhakti. So when you come to Prema Bhakti, there is no chance of falling down. So especially during the sadhana stage, we have to be extremely careful, right? So then there are some quotes about the deities, some important quotes I would like to read. Sri Vigraha is the archa or suitable worshipable form of the Lord, and the disciple should be engaged in worshipping the deity regular by Shrungara, by proper decoration and dressing, as also by Mandira Marjana, the matter of cleansing the temple. The spiritual master teaches the neophyte devotee all this kindly and personally to help him gradually in the realization of the transcendental name, quality, form of the Supreme Lord. This is extracted from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.22 purport. In Guru Ashtaka prayers, so even one prayer is Shri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Shrungaratan Mandiramarchanado Yuktasya Bhaktam Chani Yunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam. Spiritual master personally is showing us the importance of worshipping the deity, cleansing the temple, decorating the temple, and is teaching his disciples, is engaging his disciples in the worship of the deity. So important, deity worship. And some of us, we may not get the opportunity to go inside and do deity worship. If somebody is not first initiated or second initiated, doesn't matter, you just participate in the artis. That is as good as performing the deity worship. And somebody is having strong desire, every day they want to do arati, but many Prabhujis will be there, you may not get the opportunity. Then you do it in mind. Okay? So the deity is known as Archa Vigraha or Archa Avatara, an incarnation of the Supreme Lord in the form of metal manifestation, brass, stone or wood. So everyone is aware of this, how the deities can be made. In the Shastras, there is an authorized way. Deity can be made through mud, or it can be made through a stone, wood or panchalohas, or through paintings. These 5 are authorized forms. Let us say you have a picture of Radha Ras Vihari at your home. You cannot come to the temple every day. You do worship to the picture. It is as good as going to the Supreme Lord. Lord can reciprocate. Srila Prabhupada gives the example of the envelope cover. Envelope cover, he put it in a post box. It will go to the destination. It will reach the destination address because that is authorized. Similarly, the Archamurti is also the authorized representation of the Supreme Lord. So anything you would like to express, you have some difficulties, you have any specific desire, you express to the deities. They will hear because that is authorized. For Krishna, there is no difference between matter and spirit. His manifestation, Bolo Sri Radha Ras Bihari ji ki jai, Sri Radha Sita Ramchandra Lakshmana Bharan ki jai, Nitai Gauranga ki jai, Jadru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For Krishna, there is no distinction between matter and spirit. His manifestation in material form, therefore, is as good as his original form. Sachidananda Vigraha. A devotee constantly engaged in deity worship according to the rules and regulations laid down in the Shastras and given by the spiritual master realizes gradually that he is in direct contact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhuji, some more time. 5 minutes. Close. So I would like to, maybe next class I will talk about the holy name and how to, about the Vaishnavas and all. We don't, we are end with the time now. So anyone having any doubts or clarification, please ask me.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much Prabhuji for wonderful class. And you have informed us worshipping with our superior Brahmanas or Vaishnavas. Also you, by Krishna's pastimes, and you explained that how Krishna received Narad Muni and Sudama Brahmana. So my question is, Prabhuji, while we are living with our equals and devotees, and sometimes while dealing or doing seva, and we commit offense and through my mind, not by action, but by mind. So how we can be rectify this thing, and because sometimes in my ego that no, I will not go and ask forgiveness. Okay, so how this thing can be rectified, and kindly explain.
You can attempt to directly go and beg for forgiveness. If you cannot do it, offer in the mind. Generally, we have early morning Vancha Kalpatarupyasya. So that time you meditate on the devotee and touching his feet like that, and you you do Vancha Kalpatarupyasya. Again it's coming, again you do the same thing. So it will go away. And also we have the process of circumambulating the tulsi tree, right? We are doing the tulsi, that's very important. So when you do that, it will also nullify. It will also help at the same time. Vancha Kalpatarupya, morning all the devotees assemble time. That time also you meditate, you know that you are touching his feet and you offer the prayers. Vancha Kalpatarupya, so it will go away.
Thank you so much, Puji.
Any other doubts you are having? Okay, so we'll end here. Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Tang Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांस्य हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे हरे